Water is life, and access to water is critical for the health and well-being, economic prosperity, and enjoyment of life for everyone. Yet today, 2.2 billion people still lack access to safe water. That's 1/4 of the population. In the first half of the 20th century, Western cities improved sanitation services and implemented drinking water chlorination, which contributed to a nearly 50% increase in lifespan. While poor countries didn't benefit to the same extent, progress continued. Under the UN's Millennium Development Goals, people focused on building improved drinking water infrastructure like boreholes, hand pumps, and latrines. And remarkably, by 2015, fully 90% of the world was indeed using an improved water source. However, we soon realized that infrastructure alone does not guarantee safe water. And so, the UN promoted safely managed drinking water for the 2015 Sustainable Development Goals agenda. Safely managed water combines this infrastructure, like filters and pipes, with a management plan, like a water committee, who works with local government, collects fees for maintenance, and provides training for the operators. Safely managing water requires involvement by community members, who are the ones using and maintaining the water systems. It also requires involvement from the government, who might help to fund or to manage the system. There's also a role for technical experts and policymakers and health practitioners like nurses and many others. Safely managed drinking water requires a partnership between all of these actors, a water partnership. Thankfully, from around the world, a clear message was shared. People are willing and able to participate in managing their water.
Las comunidades son las que conocen su región, conocen su gente, conocen su entorno. Y las comunidades tienen sus propias formas organizativas. Y entonces el reconocimiento de esas comunidades les ayuda a prestar un mejor servicio. Las comunidades son capaces de prestar su servicio, son definitivamente capaces de hacerlo. Solamente necesitan un poco de apoyo para hacerlo de mejor manera.
Technically, the solutions, most of the time, they already exist. What we're dealing with in development is usually a social problem more than a technical problem.
Bueno, las comunidades están en capacidad de administrar sus propios servicios de agua y saneamiento. Y ellas necesitan apoyo para poderlo hacer de buena manera. Las alianzas le deben proporcionar ese apoyo a las comunidades para prestar servicio. Entonces es un apoyo, por ejemplo, mejorando sus capacidades técnicas, las capacidades de operación y mantenimiento, las capacidades administrativas. Y esa alianza entonces puede ayudar a las comunidades a mejorar capacidades para prestar el servicio. Las comunidades en Colombia desde 1960 prestan los servicios de agua y saneamiento. Necesitan apoyo. Y las alianzas son el apoyo que se le puede dar a esas comunidades para prestar el servicio.
My name is Carl Zimmerman, and I'm a water researcher. I've spent the past 2 years visiting organizations across 5 continents, speaking with water leaders and community members, and listening to their stories and recommendations on what leads to the long-term success of drinking water solutions. From water leaders on 5 continents, one most important theme emerged. People know their water challenges, and they know their water solutions too.
The committee has a responsibility of identifying the challenges. And now when they identify these challenges, they call for community meetings, they sit and discuss and come up with solutions. Mm-hmm. Then when they come up with the solutions, they are able to share with the local government or with the maybe Get Water Uganda.
That's why the community leadership is really very important, because the community knows their problems, and if they get support from government, then they will know also the solutions, and they will work towards those solutions very passionately.
People know what their safe water solutions are. However, before they're comfortable to participate in managing their water, some people might benefit from being empowered. In this film, we listen to water leaders around the world who explain what tools empower people to participate in managing their water. We'll learn about 3 steps: awareness of what are the local water contaminants and their connection to health, education to understand the options for safe water, and finally, resources to act on a plan for safe water. The first step on the path to safely managed drinking water is awareness. Awareness of what are the contaminants in their local water sources, and awareness of what effect these contaminants can have on their health and that of their children.
Mayor beneficio, como que no le ven mucha importancia, pero cuando ya empiezan a tratar y después ya se ve que entonces ya lo va a hacer el temor, pero entonces ya quizás no.
Ya, quizás no lo puedan tener.
Lo que uno a veces dice, no se puede hablar de algo que no se conoce.
Sí, eso sí.
Entonces yo le digo a las personas, hay que conocer.
Ya, sí, decir, dar una opinión.
Sí, eso sí, sí.
So if people know that the conserved water, the uncontaminated water will help them in their health, in their development, then they will be willing to participate in water conservation activities.
Since many water contaminants are invisible, like fluoride, arsenic, and bacteria, an important tool for building awareness is by visualizing these invisible contaminants. This can be done with chemical testing kits, but there are also approaches using local ecological knowledge. One example is the guava leaf test to detect iron. So on the left we have the gel kelp, in the middle we have the hand pump, and on the right we have the well. Oh, you can see all the clouds forming on the hand pump one. Maybe that was... When added to water, guava leaves quickly turn the invisible iron to a dark color, giving households a way of visualizing invisible contaminants.
जरूरी है ना, जरूरी तो है। जो पानी दूषित पी रहे हैं तो दूषित, अगर समाज दूषित पानी पिएगा तो शरीर पर प्रभाव पड़ेगा ना, इसलिए तो बताना जरूरी है समाज को। इसका रिजल्ट है जो सभी आदमी, जितने आदमी को दिखाए हैं उसमें लगभग 50% आदमी एक जल का फिल्टर लगा रहे हैं।
It's very important the learning about this session because there we know how learn the person about the awareness or knowledge about the safe water and the technical scientific knowledge and says in sample words or in simple message and show the results with graphic, for example, or with photos, permit the strong awareness about the difference, for example, in the raw water and clean water and safe water.
Awareness involves teaching people about how their water gets contaminated and the impact of contaminated water on their health.
We started working on testing the water in the community meetings. We'll ask people to bring their water samples and we'll test in the community meetings for iron, arsenic, fluoride. Teach them how to use this and see if there is some contamination. And then we take them through literature and we show them if this contamination is there, then these will be the outcomes.
The health
Aspects, you will get these issues. And when we do this, they start talking that we are facing these challenges every day.
Once aware of the water contaminants, people often ask, okay, what can I do about this? I want to improve my family's health. This is where the second step, education, begins. Health officials, community leaders, and other trusted community members can be encouraged to tell others in their village about what options there are for finding safer water. This might be locating a new water source or protecting an existing one from contamination. Or it could be to install a water filter at the village or household scale. The solution changes for each context, but education of what are the options for safe water is the second step to empowering people to participate in safely managing their water. In Colombia, the organization Fundación Red Proyecto Gente works with Don Luis from the local Community Action Board to explain how the Biosand filter is able to improve water quality.
Pues, ¿qué les digo yo? Antes, o sea, con el proceso que hemos llevado hasta el comienzo, ¿qué se buscaba? O sea, se sabía que el agua no era potable, y que había dificultades, sobre todo mucha diarrea, mucho ataque de amnibiasis, ¿sí? Y que se ha visto. O sea que incluso nosotros ayer después de que hicimos las asociaciones que usted mostró los resultados, que se vio, o sea, y nos pusimos a pensar, bueno, ¿qué ha pasado? Yo, hombre, yo ya hace tanto tiempo que ya las diarreas que me daban tan seguido, ya no hay las diarreas. ¿Diarrea de qué? Por la amibiasis. Incluso en mi casa la esposa me decía, oiga, ¿usted cuántos días que un descarga le pegaban unos ataques de amibiasis? Y ya no los tiene.
In India, the Segal Foundation runs a workshop to explain the household biosand filter.
So here in Bhagalpur district, we are training the team of Water Aid organization. They are working here for safe drinking water. And for safe drinking water, we conducted a workshop on biosand filter technology, which they are going to adopt here.
And do you think it's important that the filters are made of sand so that people trust the water is safe and clean?
मैंने प्रकृति के द्वारा जो चीज़ है उसका यूज़ किया हुआ है और यहाँ जो भी जैसे धरती से फिल्टराइज करके पानी पीता है लोग उसी तरह से वो आधार पे बना है और ये बिल्कुल सही है.
Before trusting a water filter, people want to know what the treated water tastes like, how the filter works, what it costs, and what is the maintenance. The Segal Foundation offers for homes to trial the filters.
हम कम्युनिटी में जब जाते हैं तो सबसे पहले तो उनके सोर्स पे पानी की जांच करते हैं, वाटर टेस्टिंग करते हैं और वाटर टेस्टिंग में हम आयरन टेस्ट करते हैं, आर्सेनिक की जांच करते हैं और बैक्टीरिया की टेस्ट करते हैं. उसके बाद उनको ये बताते हैं कि आपके पानी में आयरन है, ज़्यादा है, पानी में टेस्ट जो है सही नहीं है, तो उनको हम मोटिवेट करते हैं कि अगर ये पानी अगर हम पिएंगे तो हम बीमार हो जाएंगे.
The children from the Visunya family in Madhya Pradesh, India, were cured of fluorosis after starting to use a water filter, and now they spread their stories.
लंगड़ो बेके एक साल तो पुन हावत्या असल है गया सब दाड़की लागी गया सब नाहे गया दाड़के कोई नहीं मोला गुजरात में नाहे गया. हाँ गुजरात पेलका दाड़की करवा लायक नहीं है. पेलका दाड़के का देखा पेलका यो पांगु तो एवा पोग मेल तो 16 पहला है पहलो है गेले है वो हावत्यो न जाई गयो मार रमेश भी त्यो लंगड़ो साल त्यो है वो पहलो ने तो पुन लंगड़ो साल तो पुन हावत्यो भी न जाई गया. अंदर जाई गया सब काम नहीं गया. हम ये पानी हम एवं गाले गाले हमारा रासों गोला में दिन भर ले फिर मन कहीं न आवे तो तब ये पानी दवा वालों लागे तब कहाँ देखो लाओ तो हम इना फिल्टरिंग में गाले भरी जाए. ये पानी हम लंगड़ा था तीन हारों में भरी जाए. ये पानी हम यूज पिए के तिना ही हम रोटा करें तिना ही खाणो रांधी तिना इत्यूस पानी पीवानो कहीं न भी मन खावा तिना भी इत्यूस पानी हम आली पहले एवं पानी नहीं आली कहीं ने भाई हम लंगड़ा थाए हम कहीं बीजू भी थाई जाए. हाँ बीजू नहीं थाऊ જોઈએ हम त्योस पानी हम पी त्योस पानी आली.
कहीं गांव वाला भी देखता है तो मुने
नहीं गांव वाला भी त्या भी सब पूरा गांव में ताली हुई. अच्छा. सब मनक है आखा गांव ना मनक है वहाँ पानी पिए. अच्छा. हाँ गालेलू पानी पिए गालेन भरी ली फिर घड़ी कौन गाँव वाले इनमें थोड़क पानी माए एक मटली पानी माए गाले ना भरी ली.
अच्छा एक मटली इनमें पानी भरा है तो एक मटली गली जाए.
हाँ फिर बीजू कुड़ी. हाँ अच्छा हम गाले ना भर ली फिर पी कहीं नो खाणो रांधी रोटा करी सब यूज पानी.
Once one person in a community is using a filter, they can spread the word. This is why it's important to involve teachers, nurses, and community leaders in the process of teaching awareness and education.
When I install in one filter in one community, at that time, time to time, I used to visit that family where is my filter. When I visit there, and neighbors and other educated persons, other peoples, they also like to take interest what is here, and we directly I used to say them these filters, and it works like this.
Once people are aware of their water challenges and educated with possible solutions, then they may create a locally adapted water plan. The final step is resources to act on this plan. This usually means financing, either for households or for implementing partners.
Subsidized prices like they are bringing certain funds at 15,000 each. But when you go to buy it yourself, you buy it at 30,000. So that one provokes a community member to buy and use that thing very fast. Like me, when I saw them, I bought two.
So one of the ways we look at this is through the village savings and loan associations. We also look at VISLAS in a way of sustaining the program. So these women contribute little money every week and put together into a pool. And this accumulation, they are able to borrow back and they're able to get some money and invest in children education and also be able to attend on some needs at home, invest in small businesses, in that these women are also able to earn some income.
Resources can also involve training mechanics for maintenance, training the volunteer management committee on bookkeeping, or teaching people how to test their own water for contamination.
सर हमको सबसे पहले तो वाटर की टेस्टिंग करनी पड़ेगी एफटीके से, या पानी सेफ़ है या अनसेफ़ है। अगर पानी सेफ़ है तो अगर हमें 100% हमने सोर्स की टेस्टिंग करी, इसमें से हमें 1 या 2 सोर्स भी सही मिल जाते हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं हम सारी कम्युनिटी को वहाँ पर लाने की कोशिश करें। पहले तो सबको बताएंगे कि पानी यहाँ पर ये सेफ़ है आपके लिए, इसमें जो फ्लोराइड की मात्रा है वो कम है, और उससे आपको क्या क्या फ्लोराइड का पानी पीने से क्या क्या नुकसान हो रहे हैं, और फ्लोराइड का पानी नहीं पियोगे तो क्या क्या फ़ायदे होंगे।
That for such a system, there is a need to involve the local community in maintenance of the system, in minor repairs. For example, when they set such a system, there is need to train some people around the local community, in that even when the organization that supported the community is not there, the community is able to do minor repairs on their own, because the system belongs to them. So the kind of training is saying is on repair and maintenance, minor repairs and maintenance. That there are times, for example, at the intake, at the lake, the system may block, and yet the organization that maybe brought the technology, sometimes if it's very far, that means people will go without water for 2 or 3 days. Right. But now, when people are trained internally on managing those simple issues, the system continues to function. Yeah. And the community feels they are part of the system because they can manage it, they can run it.
तालिम त आवश्यक पर्छ, जस्तै अब पाइपलाइन फिटिङदेखि लिएर हरेक कुराहरू, जस्तै ट्याङ्कीका विभिन्न चाहिँ ट्याङ्की निर्माण, अनि दक्ष मिस्त्री पनि चाहियो, अनि त्यसपछि पाइपलाइनको खानेपानीको काम गर्दा प्लम्बर पनि चाहियो। यिनी तालिमहरू त आवश्यक पर्छ त। कुराहरू जस्तो अन्य कुराहरूमा प्राविधिक सहयोग त आवश्यकै पर्छ।
Resources can also include a supportive government policy environment to encourage organizations to help.
It's like a multi-layered approach that we are using in Madagascar. The first layer is at the central government, meaning the Ministry of WASH. So we're providing support to strengthen the leadership of the ministry, because we believe that the ministry, if the ministry has like a strong M&E system, if it has a strong strategy, if it has a very good policy that is that provides like an enabling environment for all actors in the sector, then we believe that that's going to lead us to universal access quicker.
And finally, resources can be as simple as supporting the local water leaders as they create their safe water action plan.
So they come up together, finalize the households who could be benefited. So they have listed out, okay, this household could be benefited. And based on that, they have also identified the sources, which sources can be used and how. And later on, they have also like kind of formed the community, a committee from the community. And they have also collected like 2,000 from each household.
Most of the time, the inspiration for a water solution will come from within the community.
Every single community has a motivated individual, whether that is a lady, a man, even a teenager, an older guy, someone that cares. I feel like those are the most important people within the community to make sure that a water source continues to function and continues to function well. Finding those people is sometimes difficult, sometimes it's very easy, and they'll be the first person to greet you in the community.
सञ्चालन दिगो रूपमा सञ्चालन गर्नका लागि सबभन्दा उपभोक्तालाई जानकारी गराउनु पर्यो। उपभोक्तालाई यो हाम्रो पानी हो, आफ्नो पानी हो भन्ने कुरा एउटा त्यो कुरा जानकारी गराउनु पर्यो। र अब कुनै पनि काम गर्दाखेरि अब लामो समयसम्म हुने गरी राम्रो किसिमको योजना सञ्चालन गर्नु पर्यो। अर्को कुरा क्लियर रूपमा सम्पूर्ण उपभोक्तालाई खानेपानी सम्बन्धी जानकारी गराउनु पर्यो।
The challenge is to find the person with an idea and to support them to make it happen. When people are empowered to address their local water challenges, the solutions often emerge naturally.
This is Negritos wastewater. In this place, the water is treatment with 3 lakes. In the one is the most polluted, the second is medium polluted, and the third is the medium polluted. But this water is going to the beach and pollute in the same way. Well, I have idea. I want to change this. I present my project. That is Rodin Solutions. I want use the red mangrove plant to change this and generate a proof as mechanism natural and purification of this water. We want to reduce the pollution in the sea for everyone that want a better world.
And why is it important to reduce the pollution in the sea around Negritos?
Yes, the fishing is the principal economic point, and we can save this water that free in the beach is polluted for the fish and the nature that living. My objective is show that the mangrove can purify and reduce the pollution impact in the beach. We want to improve the tourism, the economic ingress, and the nature, the environment impact. The mangroves have a system to the purification and a way for elimination toxins in itself. The leaf of the mangroves free the toxins or the toxic garbage to the expo and in natural way, and this can improve the quality of water and in more impact.
That's really what development is about, no? It's about empowering the local people so that they can take the reins for their future. No?
We finish our story of water partnerships by learning who are these trusted partners and what are their roles, who are each important for the long-term success of drinking water solutions.
Les gens de l'éducation, là où ils affectent le ministère de leader dans tout type d'activité de développement. Et surtout dans le secteur Wash, dans chaque localité, ce sont tous des gens de l'éducation qui lead l'organisation dans les comités de moyen d'eau, dans les comités santé et hygiène, même dans d'autres secteurs. Parce que comme le directeur vient de l'expliquer tout à l'heure, vu de par sa capacité de comprendre, de compréhension, dès qu'une chose nouvelle arrive, ils sont tous nécessaires, utiles pour cette relais entre le promoteur, porteur du projet et les bénéficiaires.
Tu apportes un nouveau projet concernant de l'eau, donc c'est la première étape. C'est de s'approcher d'abord aux directions régionales directeurs de l'eau et l'assainissement hygiène pour présenter votre projet d'abord. Voilà, nous, on va faire tant, voilà. Donc, vous présentez aux directions régionales de l'eau, au régional, voilà, les nouveaux projets. Oui. Et après, peut-être que les directions régionales vont orienter, voilà, les communes là où il y a déjà des partenaires qui travaillent. Voilà. Donc c'est là peut-être qu'il y a une discussion que peut-être que vous avez déjà des préférences. Nous, on préfère travailler dans telle commune. Mais actuellement, peut-être pas forcément, mais il y a déjà des partenaires dans les communes. Donc c'est là qu'on pourra discuter les zones d'intervention.
So we work with non-profit organizations, NGOs, that is national and international, and developing partners. And we work with them to raise the demand, to aware the people on water and sanitation. When we do the activities on awareness and advocacy, all these activities, then there will be kind of the demand from the community. Okay, we need safe and better sanitation, safe water and all these things. So when there is a demand, there should be someone who will supply for them to meet the demand, okay?
Right.
And the private sector is there. Private sector is the only, agency or, you can say, sector who will supply materials and services and all this, to meet the demand of the people.
You want to train all the health workers on ground to be able to identify what this is and talk to people about it in a simple, consistent manner. Right? So, to reasonable extent, you're able to do it.
So education of health workers is
Education
one
of
of your
health
missions.
workers
Yeah.
is extraordinarily important.
Yeah. And you do that with things like the game or the flashcards.
Things like
Right.
days, game, faster presentations. So that is one level of thing. Trainings for all these different Anganwadi workers, health workers.
Outro izy tsara sitrapozy fa micontact anao mandefa message satria fampiresaka anazy no fa tena proche anazy zany ianao afaka mizaka izy ato amilay raha sika regny Shimba satria izy koa anisany manatombotsoa agnatin'ny raha io
the local people, they to provide the information, because without the permission of local community, it is not possible to work in the community, right?
Yeah.
So as a users committee, they provide their support to build this soon spout.
La necesidad es de las comunidades, ¿sí? Pero en Colombia desafortunadamente hay para ser una nación de 50 millones de personas, hay muy poca organización social activa reivindicando sus derechos. Entonces, más que todo, las organizaciones internacionales o la cooperación o la ayuda humanitaria identifica una comunidad y le salta a la vista el problema del agua y el saneamiento. La falta de agua segura para el consumo y la falta de baños o recursos para su higiene básica saltan a la vista, forman parte de lo esencial que no tienen. Entonces son esas organizaciones las que hacen el diagnóstico y las que buscan la solución, ¿sí? Y desde ese punto de vista, pues las comunidades reciben y ya empiezan a multiplicar la voz de que eso funcionó. Entonces la comunidad cumple el papel de hacer la resonancia a la solución, pero no la busca porque la ignora, la desconoce, no tiene la capacidad organizativa para exigirla.
And no matter who is the partner, it's important to ask what are the existing local priorities and how to support those.
The success of our work, to the greatest extent, I want to confirm that, we rely on multiplying ourselves into the community structures. The key reason here is that you want to empower the community where you're working. The best practice keeps there because people have been involved, they learn, they own, and sustainability becomes easier.
It's very important to have partnership and to build partnerships. Why? Because you get ideas from different corners. And when you put those ideas together, you build a strong system.
Community work, which will they easily do because the water conservation activity will help them in their day-to-day life. So they know their problems, okay, they know their concerns. So they will be more than willing to do those work if they have resources, knowledge and awareness about it.
Water partnerships and community empowerment are the cornerstones of a sustainable future for safe drinking water worldwide. By working together, we can ensure access to this vital resource for generations to come, fostering health, well-being, prosperity, and environmental harmony on a global scale.